I have no idea what I'm doing at all. You know, they say one man's trash is another man's, well, also trash. The neighbor pawned off this chimney on me. So chimney, that's fancy words for a fire pit. And not only was it free, but it's also broken. So I see here we got a little, maybe you can't see, there you go. Got a little hinge here. Where's the door? Hold on. Got this door over here. It just busted clean off. So, you know, what's a guy to do? Well, you got to weld that thing. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to spend a bunch of money on stuff like a welder that I don't use that often. And that's where these little cheap Amazon welders come in handy. Yes, the great American pastime of picking the cheapest possible tool to do a job that you're completely unqualified for. Today I'm looking at what may in fact be the cheapest welder on Amazon, the Vevor. Vevor? I think it's French. Stick welder. This is called the MMA, 140. So this is a sub $100, sub $90, sub $80, and at this point sub $70. I think this thing's around 60 bucks. Welder that runs on 110 volts. These things are the pride of farms all over the world, because if you can source up some of these sticks and get some kind of metal contact in this clamp and start dragging this thing around, it'll probably weld whatever you're trying to weld. Maybe not well, but it'll do it. So kind of just famous for just cheap and dirty welding, and this thing is certainly cheap. To test it, I had a chimney that my neighbor sloughed off of me. They're like, hey, you want this thing? I'm like, sure. And they're like, cool, it's broken. And so it sat under a tree for months. And when Vevor actually sent me this to test, I was like, oh, this is the perfect test, because the number one thing that stick welders have a problem with is thin metal. And the door on this chimney was definitely made of thin metal. Another thing they struggle with, which any welder struggles with, is rusted metal. And this chimney was certainly rusty. And you know, they also struggle when you have an incompetent operator. That's me. I'm not good at welding. I've welded a few times, mostly with cheap welders that have been set to me to review. So there you have it. And also, it was a really small enclosed space, and to get these things started, you kind of have to strike them like a match. To get your arc started, well, if you've got a really small space to strike within, sometimes you're outside of where you need to arc. So it was just a perfect storm to make this thing really struggle to work. And I'll tell you, spoiler alert here, we'll just show some video real quick. After initially having a little trouble getting my arc started, I did the bare minimum to make the job easier for me. I got out a little sandpaper and sanded my contact patch where my negative clip thing goes, and sanded a tiny bit where I was going to strike my electrode, and I tried again. And for some reason, this thing worked. I was absolutely gobsmacked by the fact that it welded this thing. The weld held, and the chimney is now in working order. Until I turned up the voltage real high to see what it would do, and I burned a hole through the back of the door. Oopsie. Anyway, this thing actually has a couple features on it that were surprising to me. Normally these cheap welders have just one knob. Turn the knob up, the amperage goes up. That's good for a dummy like me, all right? Find a stick, which is the hardest thing to do, is picking the right sticks for these. And I will have a couple links to the sticks in the description that work well with this welder. And I'll have a just link to the welder and like a welding helmet and gloves, stuff you gotta have to weld. But these sticks are always the biggest pain in the neck, the biggest barrier to entry. For picking sticks on these cheap stick welders, usually you want to find yourself 6011 or 6013 sticks. The 6011 is usually the good way to go for science reasons. The 6013 will fill out more space, so if you're stacking weld on top of each other, 6013 is good for that. But if you're actually trying to get a good penetrating weld, the 6011 is the way to go. That's all I know, which isn't much. But anyway, this thing, usually they'll have one knob, and this does have one knob, but you can push the knob and go through different settings. So you can raise or lower your current, You know, that's how hot this thing's welding. And then you could raise and lower your hot start. So when you're trying to start an arc with this thing, when you're brushing this thing against the metal, you could turn up the amperage. Is it voltage or amperage? I don't know the science. You could turn up the heat basically and have this thing arc easier. So on really crummy metal like I was doing, I turned it up and buzzed it across and was able to start an arc. Now, if you're working on thin metal like I was, you turn it up too high, it can burn through, but whatever, it worked. And then a third setting, which is the arc force. So this is if you lose your electrical arc. You go a little too far from the metal, maybe you hit some dirt, maybe you hit some rust. It'll increase the amperage so you keep your arc going so you don't lose where you're at in that weld. You just keep on going. This thing works admirably at keeping in contact with the metal via its arc. I was kind of shocked. So yeah, this thing, I mean, for the money, this thing seems like a stinking winner. Now, the clamp, this negative clamp, this is what helps make sure that there's some kind of continuity between this thing and this thing. You clamp it to the metal. This clamp was not good. It was actually kind of hard to get good contact with it because the teeth are so small. So I'll probably grind these down a little bit to flatten them out. In the pictures, there's copper in here, but I think times are tough out there, folks, and things are expensive. So they got rid of the copper here and here that helped you keep continuity. But whatever, make sure your metal's a little cleaner. So that was the only negative I had about these. Other than that, this thing was easy to work. It plugs into 110. It welds stuff. But yeah, this little Vevor 110 volt watt, I don't know. 140 amp? I don't know how math works. Welder seems to work just fine. If you need a cheap welder, I think it's a good way to go. All right, we'll see ya. It really stinks, so I can't see nothing through this helmet right now.